It was a hell of a game in San Antonio. Timberwolves and the Spurs. And Ant is back after injuring his left knee. That was 9 days ago. These guys, Frost, Steve, well, Wembenyama and Gobert, they've known each other for days and years. And this is Ant, baseline, bucket good. We're tied at 19s. Edwards creates the space in rhythm, feet square, shoulder square. All three of these. And as Edwards hits this one, he's got a message for everybody. I'm back. Yes, you are. Good to have you back. The game's more fun when you're here. As for Victor Wembanyama, history. 7 blocks in the first half, the second most in any playoff half in the play-by-play era. That goes back to 97-98. We're tied at the break. We're tied early fourth. Edwards, work on Wembanyama. Take those 3 with you, as that's just off the fingertips, or just over the fingertips, I should say, of the lengthy Wembanyama. Trailing by 1. Edwards scoops, no. Wembanyama with yet another block. That's 11, a new NBA playoff record. That goes the other way, and De'Aaron Fox takes it to the cup, and the Spurs are up 3. Defense to offense in the blink of an eye. But this Timberwolves team is tough as nails. They're not going anywhere. Edwards with the blow-by and the finger roll. He gets past Keldon Johnson. And now it's Edwards again. Float game. It rattles home. And a little chit-chat between 2 tough, ferocious competitors. That's all right. It's that time of year. It's a 6-point game. Again, Wembanyama gets the kick, but the rebound comes to Minnesota. Corner 3, the vet Mike Conley. All 3 of these, and the Wolves are up 9. Under a minute to go. Wembanyama with a head of steam. There's not a human on earth that could stop that. And this lead is now down to 4. 34 seconds to go off the inbound. Ant with a turnover. Devin Vassell, the deflection. Dylan Harper, the rookie, makes it a 2-point game. On the other end, Julius Randle, who just hit a tough bucket to possession before, with a miss. Rebound comes down to the Spurs and Harper. They don't call the timeout. Julian Champagnie, who had some huge rebounds and buckets, gets a wide open look from 3. They don't call the timeout. They do get the clean look, and this would have won the game for the Spurs. Instead, it just misses the mark, and Minnesota grabs game 1. Danny Green joins us now, and Danny, man, it's a fun highlight to do, and you and I had a conversation before we came on air. Let's have it on the air. I'm asking you, do you call a timeout there with a man that's about 11 feet tall, and you say no, because why?
He just wasn't having a great game. He wasn't in rhythm. His offensive shooting from 3 and from 2 was not there. You got a good look. Champagnie got them in the position that they were in by rebounding, getting offensive rebounds, second chance points, putbacks. One of your better shooters. He shot it pretty well tonight, too. So if you can go and not have the defense set, that's your best bet. And that's kind of what I've been taught since I was a youngster, being in that San Antonio Spurs system. And I trust those instincts. So, they got the shot they wanted. It shouldn't come down to the last shot. They lacked a sense of urgency till the end of the game and tried to win it in the last 2 minutes. And that shows their youth and inexperience and immaturity.
You know what I feel like, Danny? It's like in football, going for it on 4th down. Everyone loves when you do it until you do it and it doesn't work. I'm all for don't call a timeout because the court's wide open. Minnesota was gassed, and they did get the clean look, but it doesn't go, and that allows Minnesota to take game 1. Is there a value of any kind for San Antonio, this brand new playoff team that hasn't played in many of these games, to get punched square in the mouth and realize now we're in deep water? Is there value in that if I'm trying to paint a sunny picture for Spurs fans?
Absolutely. I mean, you learn your biggest lessons in your failures and losses, right? This is a big loss. This was a lesson. This is hopefully is a wake-up call. They get, a little light of fire under them to have a sense of urgency. Like, you played really good basketball the last couple minutes and in spurts. If you can do that for 48 minutes, and obviously they'll shoot better. They shot 28% from 3, and this is a make or miss league. And it looks like the theme of most teams that lose shoot 20% from 3 and the other team doesn't. But you can't settle. You got to find ways to get the basket. You have the biggest guy on the floor. Like you said, he's 7'8", 7'9", has the length that things you can't stop him. And they have guards that are explosive. And of course, there was some foul trouble with Castle, but they have the tools to get it done, regardless if they shoot well or not.
Minnesota has earned a ton of credit, and I'm interested in your thoughts on them. I'm going to get those in just a second. After the loss, Wembanyama with these thoughts.
I think there was some good and some bad, and I think the bad was, as I said, not going to what we know. But I mean, it's a lot on me because obviously my game wasn't feeling good tonight, and that's where the team is going to look for me, and if I had been better, if the offensive leaders of our team had been better, it would have been different. Yeah, I don't know what a silver lining means, but yeah, of course, obviously we have to be better, and as I said, it shows up on the stat sheet, but we need to figure out before 48 hours what we can do better, and I got no doubt that we will. I mean, it's I trust us.
Remember the way Dirk used to cuff the mic? I couldn't stop looking at the microphone in that man's hand. But they lose, and Minnesota wins, and it takes a special type of I don't give up to keep driving the ball to the rim and getting it kicked back a dozen times, and you don't care. I love that Minnesota didn't stop doing that. What's it say about the mentality of that group, Danny?
That they're relentless, man. They don't care who was down there. They're going to keep going at them. And I think they got some gold in it, right? Every time Wemby had to go up, even though he had a record-setting, shot blocking night, he has to go up there, and a lot of those blocked shots, he came down hard and fell, and it takes up a lot of his energy. He has to exert so much energy playing defense, protecting the rim, to where, offensively, he might not have his legs to knock down a perimeter shot. So they kept going at him. They kept getting to the rim. Their defense gives them a chance because they're gritty, but they don't care who was down there. They're going to go right at your chest, and that's just who they are. Their identity is something that is right in your face, and they're a playoff team. They've shown that because during the regular season, this is not a team that people would look at and say, oh, this is a Western Conference championship or Western Conference Finals team. But the way they're playing right now, every time the playoffs happen, they step up and show out.
Yeah, and they've got what San Antonio hasn't gotten yet, which is playoff experience. I think you certainly saw evidence of that tonight in their toughness and resolve. Big-time dub. Danny, sit.
I understand it. But, guys, we saw an amazingly competitive Game 1 in the West, and we talked about it in our pregame show, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, just one of 3 teams that won the season series against the Spurs, so they know how to battle against them. What made them successful in this Game 1, Melo?
They just was relentless. They attacked. I thought Ant coming off the bench tonight gave Minnesota or gave San Antonio a different look to prepare for. Overall, it was a pretty even game.
Yeah, it was
overall, it's just, Minnesota had closers tonight. Julius Randle was a closer. Ant did what he was supposed to do. Julius led these guys tonight. He put this team on his back. Everybody else did what they supposed to do. This is a well-balanced game, man. Jaden McDaniels, 16 points. Julius Randle, 21. Terrence Shannon, was key today. 16 points in 34 minutes. And Mike Conley, right? Somebody who haven't been playing, right, in a long time. So somebody who is at this point of his career and being told to go out there and the ball is in your hands and show us your leadership and do what you got to do. That was impressive, to see tonight from Mike Conley.
To me, it says a lot about what they think of Terrence Shannon because you easily can insert Anthony Edwards, your superstar, back into the lineup, and it's business as usual. But Terrence Shannon has played great basketball. He played great in the last series, and I thought